Hey guys, it's Greg at Vanguard Motor Sales. Look what I've got for you today, a Backdraft Cobra. This baby is Guardsman Blue and looking sweet. Man, those stripes with the meatball on there, first thing I do is put a 98 on there. She is sharp, isn't she? And under that hood is a small block 427. They tell me it's making 600 horsepower. These things are a blast to drive. I know if you watch the videos in the past, you know, this is probably my favorite car to take to a car show. You know, we're going to a car show and there's a Cobra available, I'm in it. It's like driving a go-kart on the road, man, and a really fast go-kart. They are a blast to drive. Get the wind in your hair. Of course, I don't have any hair to put in the wind, but I tell you what, she is a blast. I can't tell you how many people I've taken for a ride in one of these, and they just are all smiles, man. Look at the interior in this thing. We got beautiful wood steering wheel in there. We got all the gauges, you know, that you need. That carpeting is all looking sweet. The upholstery on the dash is looking sweet. We got the 5-speed shifter there. Of course, Carroll Shelby didn't have 5 speeds back in the day. He had 4. So this thing's top end is probably way above what they could have done back in the day. She is beautiful. Now we got stone guard on the fenders, or I should say the quarters, and there is a little bit up on the nose of it also. Of course, we got the meatball on the back end of it also. We got the fuel fill just like they used back in the day. They put that big can of fuel up there, I don't know, they put probably 20 or 25 gallons of fuel in it right now so they could get back out on the track and stay in front of everybody else. We got the stainless headers on there, the true knockoffs. She is a beauty, guys. Call Tom anytime. We don't do any consignment whatsoever. That means we own this Cobra, and then we're gonna put it up in the air, inspect it, take pictures, and finish up this video. We're inside the Cobra now, and it is nasty outside, so we won't be driving it today. I have driven this one. It is a rocket ship, and you're gonna love it. Everywhere you go, people are gonna be following you, asking you questions about this beautiful car. Now, down on the dash, you got everything you need. The key's actually over here, starter button, and then we have a battery shut off there also. You can call Tom anytime. He'll tell you all about this beautiful car and how easy it is to park this dream in your driveway. If you need help with financing, we can help you out with that too. And stick with us. We're gonna put this baby up in the air for you right now so you can check out the bottom side. All right, we're underneath the Cobra now, and man, it is pretty under here. Take a look. All freshly painted, looking sweet. You can tell the car's very low mileage. Now we got tie-down hooks right here, and I always say on these Cobras, don't tie this thing to a trailer. Make sure you drive it. It's too much fun to drive. Now, the way you tell one of these is an RT4, it's this lower control arm right here. So it's got the 8.8 center section in it. They've changed the suspension. It doesn't have the BMW suspension in the back anymore. We got 355 gear in here, and it is a limited slip setup, so it is Posi. You can see everything under here is all painted up, looking sweet, absolutely gorgeous. Independent rear suspension, if you guys haven't picked up on that. Then of course they've got braces going in every direction on this thing to hold that baby nice and steady. We also have disc brakes out back here. We got TKX trans here. It is the 5-speed Tremec, hydraulic clutch setup, explosion-proof bell housing. Everything under here is clean as a whistle. You can see the big Power Master starter. That's a high torque starter there. Now, it does still have the same suspension as the RT3 up front. So it is the BMW suspension up front. The strut's holding it up. It is a power rack and pinion setup on this car. Some of them have manual, some of them have power. This one is power. Of course, disc brakes up front here. And again, here's these front tie-down hooks that you're not going to use. You're going to drive this thing. Now, and you also want to make sure you keep this thing off the curbs. This thing is low enough that you're going to scrape this thing up if you pull up to a curb, and or some of the approaches and driveways are a little steep. You want to hit those at an angle so you don't scrape up your nose. This does have some of the paint protection on it, so it'll cut down on the rock chips. We do have the true knockoffs. Now these knockoffs on a backdraft, you actually screw this off and it tells you which way to screw it off, but then you knock the knockoff off towards the front. That's whether you're on either side, driver's side or passenger side, you always knock them off to the front. One side's left-hand thread, one side is right-hand thread. Now we got these stickers on here, these Goodyear stickers looking sweet, and if I can find, there's a size 245, 40, 18s up front. Then you can see the stainless headers coming to the side pipes. Everything under here is nice, clean as a whistle. Just beautiful. Then out back, we got a lot more rubber on the ground because that's where all that horsepower is hitting the ground. 295, 40, 18s back here. Same story back here, knock them off towards the front to take them off. Guys, we're gonna lower this thing down and look at the 427 under the hood. All right, guys, under the hood here, we've got a 427 stroker. Now, these start out as 351s, and they're stroked out to a 427. Now, earlier in the video, in the very beginning, I mentioned 600 horsepower. That's what the previous owner stated, but I found a dyno sheet in the paperwork. This is just over 500 horsepower. That's what they are claiming from the people who build this motor. So she is just over 500 horsepower, which is plenty more than enough you need for this thing. I tell you, she is a rocket ship with this 427 stroker. Now it does have a Holley 4-barrel on it. It is vacuum secondaries. It does have an electric choke. It is dual feed. You see it's got an MSD distributor, MSD coil here. You can see the belt drive system here is all serpentine. The alternators all polished up. All the pulleys are polished up. The water pump is aluminum. It does have the power steering pump on there, also aluminum. You've got your reservoirs here for your brakes and for your clutch. Real easy to get at. I like that remote reservoir. You do have power brakes on here. And one of the things that Backdraft does real nice is they build these stainless steel pipes for the radiator. They're all polished up, looking good. The overflow tank's all polished up, looking good. Even that lower radiator hose is all polished up and looking good. We got the electric fan under there, and then that Guardsman Blue, even on the bottom side of the hood, is looking sweet. I tell you, I absolutely love this car. It's the perfect color. It's got the perfect motor in it. Give us a call, 248-974-9513. And let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your drive.